Namaskar, everyone. It's Guruvar, the day of the preceptor, the guru, the teacher. And what came to my mind to speak about today is the idea of having one foot in the world and another on the spiritual path. This does not augur well for the seeker. It compromises you on the journey. Often I say that Christ said, don't lay your treasures on the earth, but lay your treasures in heaven, or the kingdom of heaven lies within. So we want that blissful experience in life. We want that freedom in the inner space, not to be caught in the negative experiences of life. But how can that happen unless we don't work for it? I've often said too that there are no free lunches. You can't just desire something and think that it will appear before you just like that. The work that has to be done. And essentially, if you look at it from a scientific sense, your soul's vibration needs to lift to another level. If you are to attune yourself to the divine vibration of the consciousness, your soul's vibrations need to lift. And how do you do that? Through the most sattvic or positive thinking and feeling and acting. If you don't reprogram your mind and, by extension, the physical body, because you don't want a physical body to keep on pulling you down if your mind is going somewhere else. So you need attunement to that other level. Otherwise, it isn't going to happen. When you sit in meditation, if you're caught up in the senses, how are you going to go beyond the senses? Your whole meditation is going to be about senses. And by senses, I mean all the things that all the experiences you've been having in the world around you. We continue to keep that running in our consciousness, even after the event. And if it becomes very pronounced, if it has any impact upon us, the thought or the emotion or the action, and stays with us, then it's going to hold us in that material thinking, into that sensory thinking, and that's one level of vibration. When you are in that, how can you access the infinite? How can you access the joy that is at the depth of the soul? So when you sit for meditation, as I do with you, the goal is to detach from the world, what potentially calls pratyahara. Take your energy away from it, withdrawal from the senses, and begin to center within, and I keep on saying centering, because it's not a duality experience. It's about centering where the witness is inside of you, observing everything within you, without the dual kind of experience. Me and the other. No, I'm centering in me. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, beyond the body, beyond the thought, beyond the emotion. And that requires a little work, no free lunch. In everything you do, you need to observe from a center of no judgment, not being caught, no emotional trap, getting into no emotional trap, getting not caught by desires, because desires can lead you to ruin. It can compromise you when the desire gets out of control and you lose your sense of reason. Confusion of memory. Reason is gone and you're totally caught. And you can see it in the desire for something, or the greed, or the lust for power. So necessarily, we need to move away from that. That's why the Christ said, don't lay your treasures on earth. So in all your spiritual seeking, in all your sadhana, your spiritual discipline, you need to do the work, retreat from the senses, observe. It's not to retreat from the world, mind you, because you need the world. You have a human body, you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need shelter, you need survival. So it's not to retreat from the world, to engage with the world. But as we are told, be not of the world. And some of us are so weak. The moment the world gets to us, we get totally trapped. Cannot get it out of our minds. How can we disengage while still engaged? How can we become disinterested but yet totally involved? Is it possible that we can be totally involved in something without being attached to it? Can I become totally involved with eating and the taste and everything without becoming attached to it? I can give it up if somebody takes it. How can I engage in activity in creating something without being attached to it? Doesn't matter what happens after. The joy is in the doing. How can I be happy while eating and not eat to be happy? How can I be happy while working and not work to be happy? So in the meditation, when you go to that Ananda place, when you go to that center inside of you where there is continuous joy, and you stay there, how can the world hold you? When the joy is already in your soul, how can the world hold you? The world is not a source of joy. The soul is a source of joy. The soul is where the Ananda is. Not in the world, not in the food, not in the company, not in the house. All of this is in the change, in the flux, in the Maya. So unless you move your vibration away from the Maya into the very center of existence, where all is, the treasure lies within you. So the value of meditation is centering there. The work has to be done to lift the vibration by going deeper and deeper and deeper inside of you. That's how the vibrations are lifted. And when a truth beckons you deep inside, don't think about what another is telling you. Believe in the truth, in the resonance that's deep within your soul. Because some of us, everything we hear, we want to practice. Believe in the other, not in our own soul. What do you resonate with? What does your soul resonate with? Or are you caught up in what another is saying? No. Test what anybody says. And to make it your own, if your soul resonates with that. But don't begin to believe mindlessly in the other. No. A lot of us are caught up in that way. Somebody just has to say something, and we become totally emotionally depleted. No, don't do that. Learn to live your truth, in your truth. Believe in what lies within you. Believe in the resonance and call of the depth of your soul. And be honest to yourself. If you still resonate with desires from the world, go ahead. The world is for our pleasure. We can have it. but you can have freedom and yet be attached. Go, be attached, enjoy. And when you're full of it, when you have totally enjoyed, then begin to explore something differently. You've been given in a divine way free will to enjoy everything that is there. But the wise learn to enjoy without being attached. That's what the secret is. How do you know if you're detached enough? If it is there, enjoy it. If it is not there, still be enjoy. That's total detachment. That is what should we experience at the height of spirituality. But whilst climbing the ladder, we need to aspire to that. Be in joy always. If the world supports it, fine. And if the world doesn't, it's still fine. Don't change with the weather. No. Stay beyond. Yeah, so that's my Thursday message to you. Lift your vibration continuously every day by centering in the inner space. And don't expect that grace will just fall upon you and everything will be fine. No, work for it. Work for it. And the more merit you develop through your good deeds, through your good thinking, your good thoughts, the faster everything will come to you. And I love the words of the Christ. Seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness at the center of all the most beautiful vibrations. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness. And all these things will be added unto you. That was a source of comfort for me in my days of seeking. So let me wish you a marvelous Thursday, everyone. Stay centered. Stay noble. Be detached from the world. Believe in your truth. The divine is within you. Know it. You're nothing but the divine in human form. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar.